I finally admitted that I had a real problem one evening while I was sitting on an airplane, and I was letting every person on that plane to board before I got off the plane myself. And the simple reason was I was not sure that I was going to be able to stand up and make it off the plane on my own. What I was sure about is it was going to hurt. And as I reflected on the moment later, I also realized that I'd really stopped doing a lot of the things that gave me enjoyment. So I no longer cycled, no longer skied, did very little woodworking or milling wood, et cetera, et cetera. I try to have, just times with my wife where we just simply sit on the sofa and watch TV. And I'd end up laying on the floor, anything to relieve the back pain rather than just be able to sit next to her. Most mornings, my waking thought was, at some point I'm going to have to put shoes on, bend over and tie them. How am I going to do that today? And the biggest thing was I really had stopped a lot of the activities that I used to do with my grandkids. So I decided, I've got to do something. My first step was to try physical therapy. I did that consistently for more than a year. I'm sure that it slowed the progression, but it did not help give me the pain relief or the mobility that I was looking for. I then tried Pilates in addition to physical therapy. I did that for 18 months. It strengthened my core, but it didn't necessarily help my back. Nothing that was noticeable for me. So, really out of desperation, and then also because of Dr. Reimer's reputation, I decided to try acupuncture. And what I wasn't prepared for is literally in the first session, I had noticeable pain relief. About 50% of the pain that I'd been experiencing for some years had dissipated, and it lasted throughout the week till my next session. That progress continued, and after 3 or 4 sessions, weekly sessions, I found that my pain had decreased by about 80%. I suspect that remaining 20% is something I just have to live with, but the difference between that level and what I had before is truly the difference between trying to just get through every day versus enjoying each day and really leaning into and looking forward to tomorrow. So I just cannot say enough about my personal experience, in this. So I would just simply leave, whoever's considering it, with maybe 3 words. One is relief. I really did experience relief, which has led to then my ability to do more things, which gave me more mobility, more strength, and in turn a bit more, relief thereafter. The second is hope. The difference between thinking, this is just what the rest of my life is going to be versus being able to look forward to new things is huge. And then that's the third and last word I'd leave folks with, which is life. And for me, the biggest thing is I can now go back and do the things that I've always wanted to do with my grandkids while they're still young enough to do them together.